Hey guys, come on in, come on in. I am Julie. I got something stuck on my lipstick. I am Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. It is Friday, so I hope everybody has had a great day. We are going to do a fun and quick project with Chalk Couture. I wanted to make a tea towel, and this is going to be really simple, y'all. I'm going to take a Chalk Couture. I believe this is a cotton towel. Let me see. Do not dry clean, wash inside out. Now, how do you wash a towel inside out? Machine wash, warm or cold, mild detergent, low setting. Do not iron. Directly onto the design. We'll be okay because we've got to do that. That's how you heat set it. So we are good. We are good. All right. So y'all come on in. I hope you've had a great day. Not sure how I'm going to finish out my day today, if we're going to go anywhere or do anything, but we will see. So I got a bunch of my paintbrushes clean and putting them back in order so that I can use them again. And it just seems like there is always something to clean when you're painting all the time. But I'm having a good time with it. I have not had a chance to practice with my watercolor yet, but I'm going to get there, y'all. I am going to get there. All right, let me just put these couple of brushes away, and then I will have a little bit more space on here. There we go. All right, so we are going to take Chalk Couture ink. I know that's backwards, but I-N-K ink. This is Chalk Couture's ink. This is a black ink. It is I love their ink. I have made several t-shirts and towels and aprons. Speaking of aprons, I need to put an apron on. Speaking of aprons, let's put, this is my messy apron that says, "The world needs messy people, and I'm your girl." So let me show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to move this camera back just a little bit so that we can get everything in the screen. This is a sticky mat, and you can see that as I press into it, and what it's exactly what it says it is. It's sticky and it's rigid, and so what it will do is just going to hold this towel in place so that I'll get a nice stiff surface to silk screen on. All right, so when you open this up on the back side of here, you're going to see a place where this is going to hang. You want this to be up top, because if you're going to hang your towel by this, you want to make sure that the design of your stencil is going to be in the right place. So I'm going to stick that up at the top. I kind of feel like the tag should have been down at the bottom, but it is where it is. So, but I'm going to leave it there. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this, I'm going to put this right in here, kind of in the center of the bottom. And this really doesn't take long. These tea towels, y'all, any tea towel, you can use flour sack towels, you can use towels from, you just want to make sure that it has a nice flat surface. You don't want to get anything like with a waffle design, because that's going to give you dips and valleys and mountains and valleys and stuff like that. And you don't want that, because if you have, like, all right, see what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pressing this from the center to the outside, and I want to make sure that this is going to fit. It's going to be perfect. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the center of this line where it's folded as a guide of where I want to put this. And I forgot what I was saying. All right, so we're going to pull this off of the back sheet. We're going to save the back sheet because we're going to put it back. We're going to put our used stencil after we clean it. We're going to put it back on our back sheet. All right, and then I'm going to just kind of lift this up. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this, and it looks crooked to me. I'm going to use the bottom edge of this as a guide. And I'm going to kind of make it so that the center of my project is in the center of my towel. And I want to make sure that when I come down here at the bottom, that this is lined up, and that'll make it so that the words will be lined up and in order with this. All right, so this is what we have. So let me show you. I've got the ink pad behind here. See how it's rigid? That's what we want. And I mean, oh, I know what I was going to say, is I have made several like kitchen towels that I have used Chalk Couture's ink with, for wedding presents, housewarming presents, birthday presents, gifts to myself, and they just make for great gifts. All right, so I'm going to open this up. This is what the ink looks like. It's got a nice creamy consistency, and it looks like my design is pretty close to the edge, but I'm going to be okay. Sometimes I'll take and I'll put painter's tape around the edge. I'm gonna live dangerously today, and let me get a squeegee. This is a small squeegee, and I'm going to take, and I want to make sure that I get a good amount of ink on this. And then, all right, let me stir this to make sure that it's, okay, yeah, it's nice and smooth the way I want it to be. And then I'm going to just stick this in some water. Show you, I'm just going to drop it in my jar of water here, and then it'll be easier to clean. All right, here we go, y'all. Don't blink, because this is going to happen pretty quickly. We're going to just take and run our squeegee over the design, and I'm doing this I'm just doing a black and white theme here. You can use colors that have your kitchen colors in it if you want to. I decided that I'm just going to make this kind of a neutral, and I'm just pushing this ink around, and I'm going to go from the outside of the design into the center so that I don't go off onto my towel. If you get the ink on your fabric, chances are pretty good it's not going to come off. So you just want to make sure, if you're not comfortable with working with the squeegee, then I would recommend that you tape your sides. You see how I'm just going from the edge of the design into the center of the design. Trying not to get it on my finger that's over here. And then we're going to take, this is really close to the side, and just going over all of the areas where you see the white of the towel. And I got one little spot here. There we go. This is pretty simple. Biggest thing is that you want to make sure that you don't get any of this off onto your fabric, because it will not, chances are almost 99% that you're not going to get it out of there. All right, so I'm going to take the excess. I'm going to put it back in the jar, and I'm going to kind of just put that off to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my fingers are clean, and I'm going to start lifting this up. And I want to make sure that I got all my lettering nice and coated with, oh, this is looking good. Oh, perfect. All right, now I'm going to put my squeegee in here. And I'm going to, for right now, I'm going to just take and I'm going to put this on the back sheet. And I'm going to come back to it in just a minute. I don't want it to sit there too long. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this. I'm going to pull that off of here. It's still wet. It needs to be dried. And I'm going to get this out of the way. And you can see the back of this. It really doesn't, it didn't bleed through there a whole lot. It got a little bit, but not much. And let's see how I want to do this. I'm going to put this paper in between here because I want to show you how to clean this stencil. And I like to clean the stencil, especially if I'm working. All right, and what this is going to do is just keep it from, if there's any ink on the back of it, it's going to keep it from bleeding through. I'm going to put this out of the way, and I'm going to come in here with my stencil, especially with the ink, because the ink, if it dries in the, where is my water bottle? Huh. Oh, that's not good. What did I do with my water bottle? It must have fallen somewhere, y'all. All right, well, we're going to do plan B. I'm going to, oh, I just smeared it. I knew I was going to do that. I just smeared it. All right, hang on. All right, I'm going to grab some paper towels. This is going to be plan B. I thought I have my water bottle right here, but I guess I don't. I was going to spray it down. All right, this is plan B. I'm going to take and I'm going to dip into my water. And I'm going to come over this. I was going to just spray this, but I can't find my water bottle. So I'm going to just come over this while it's still nice and damp. And I want to be careful that I don't get it on my clothes because it will not come out. All right. And then I'm going to take this and throw this in the trash right down here. And then I'm going to wipe this off of here. Now, when you get these stencils wet, I'm going to look this up. When you get it wet, the adhesive part of this neutralizes. And I do not know the chemical process of this, but you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of wiping all of this off of here. And then I'm going to come back behind with a board eraser. And I'm going to get the rest of this nice and cleaned up. All right, so I'm going to do the front side. And now I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to do the back side of this. And because I didn't dry that before I messed with it, I got a smudge on it. And I'll show y'all in just a minute. All right, so I've got a board eraser here, and what this does is this just makes sure that it kind of scrubs the, all right, I'm going to lift this up, turn it over, and we're going to do the front side. It just helps to kind of scrub this. I don't know why it works. I just know that it just helps to clean all the excess, any paste or ink or anything that's in the silkscreen area. It'll get it out of there. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to hold this up for y'all in just a minute, making sure. Now, the see if I can get me another paper towel. The ink, especially the black and the red, will oftentimes stain the stencil, but it will not keep it from performing. Because you saw when I started, Okay, can you see that? Can you see how it's clear in there? Let me turn it this way so y'all can see the design. Be still and know that I'm God. See how it looks dirty? That's okay. As long as you have the silk screen areas all nice and clean, you can reuse these stencils, you know, 8 to 10 times. Just depends on how well you take care of them, what you, I'm just going to dry this a little bit more. And then I'm going to take my back sheet and I like to line up a corner, top and bottom corner, because if I can get that all lined up, then everything else is going to line up. And it'll go right back on this. Oops, I got a string here. Okay, it's dirty, but it's still reusable. And even when the stickiness, I have found that with lots of the stencils, that even with the stickiness, when the stickiness is gone, you can still use it. You just want to make sure that it doesn't shift on you. But the adhesive really is nice on the back of these because it makes it so that you've got, you know, a good solid seal on that. All right, so now we've got that. Hey, if y'all do not have a glass mat, get a glass mat because they are awesome. All right, so here we go. I'm going to come in here. I got just a tiny bit of a smudge on here, but that's going to be okay. I'm not going to mess with this until I get it dry, so let me get it dry. I turned on my heat press. Turn this up. We're going to dry this, and then after we dry this, we're going to heat press it. And when we heat press it, that's going to set the ink in here so that it's not going to go anywhere. And I got a little tiny smudge here, but it's not that noticeable. So I kind of got lucky on that. All right, that looks like it is. I'm going to put this over here so that I get a towel or something. Hold on, I'm going to grab one of my aprons back here. I'm going to grab one of these aprons and put this so that it don't burn anything. All right. Did y'all see the hearts that we made yesterday? See the hearts? And they turn out cool. I've got 3 different colors. I've got it in blue. It's like a gold foil. And then we've got pink. And then there's a third one. Where did the other one go? I must have put it off to the side. All right, so I'm going to take a wool mat and I'm going to put it underneath here. And, oh, here it is. Here's the third color. It's kind of a yellow and see the yellow and orange and a pink. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to use this. I'm going to make that like a garland. All right, and then the next thing I need is a piece of parchment paper. Looks like I've got a piece that's just barely the right size. So we're going to take this. This is at 305 degrees for 30 seconds. We're going to do the front and the back. Not sure what's going on here. I'm gonna keep this on my, I got some kind, oh, you know what? Y'all, I'll tell you, just not, thought I had a clean piece of parchment paper. Let's try this one. Before, all right, let's try this again, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's go 30 seconds. This one needs to be thrown away because it's got some kind of red ink or paint or something on it. And I think I just put it into my... The parchment paper keeps the iron clean, and it keeps you from picking up the ink on the design. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 30 seconds on one side. And then we're going to turn our towel over. I sure got something right on there. I think it looks like wax. Oh well, good thing it's for me and not for somebody else. All right, so I had something on my parchment paper that had red on it. All right, so this is what we have. I'm going to turn it over and we're going to do the back side of this. Yeah, it looks like wax. Oh, you know what? It is wax because I was working with my wax seals. All right, 30 seconds. I have some wax seals and I was playing around with them and I was putting the seals, the finished seals on a piece of parchment paper. So it's it's not coming out. I took a batik class when I was in college. And wax, you kind of iron it right into the fabric. And so that's not going to come out, but that's okay because I'm going to use it in my kitchen. This was for me. All right, so let me pick this up, show you what we have. And lickety split, just like that. Wax, no, but yours won't have wax on it like mine does. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try, hang on, just for kicks. I'm going to see if I can take, I put the parchment paper on the back, and I'm going to see, I think it's dyed in there, so I don't know if it's going to come off or not, but I'm going to, just for kicks, I'm going to try it and see, because this is what we used to do when we had batiking, is we would iron the wax out, and then we would put like newspaper or a paper towel or something over it. No, it's in there. All right, well, next time, I will make sure that all right, it's got a stain, but it's going to get stained anyway. So, be still and know that I am God. Make sure that you do not have any paint or wax on your parchment paper when you get ready to iron it. And this is what we got, y'all. And so this will hang on my, this one spot. That spot down there and that one down there is where I had my wax seal on my parchment paper. This will hang on my oven door. Be still and know that I am God. And easy peasy. If you're interested, I do sell Chalk Couture. If you're interested in any of their products, you can reach out to me. But I just wanted to show y'all. These make great wedding gifts. Minus the wax. Alrighty, I am Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. I hope that y'all have a great weekend. Hey, Mary, I will not be on this weekend. I'm going to be off this weekend, but I will be back on Monday, and I am shooting for, let's see, what time am I on Monday? I think I'm on at 3 o'clock. I'm shooting to be on at 3 o'clock these days. Trying to get more consistent. And so sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock, if you're wondering if I'm on, check my page and see if I'm making something. Alrighty, y'all, be still and know that God is God. He's got everything under control, and we don't have to worry about it. I love y'all. Jesus loves you more, and have a fabulous weekend. All right, bye-bye. Bye, Mary. Thanks for joining me.